Hello YouTube, I hope you're doing well. I hope you've been practicing. That's what it's all about. I've got something I want to show you today. It's pretty simple, but when I thought about it as I prepared for the lesson, I realized no one really taught me how to do this. I just kind of started doing it. So I'm not claiming to have invented it. No doubt many guitarists have done this. But what we're going to do today is play power chords in the Spanish guitar style. Coming from a rock and metal background, power chords are kind of my bread and butter. But I've applied them very simply to the Spanish style sound, and I'm going to show you how to do it, and I hope you like it. So let's just start with an ultra simple melody to get us started. The guitar obviously has two E strings, a low E and a high E. I'm sure you've already done this a lot of times, or if you've watched me, we can play something on both E strings, the same thing. So I'm going to go 0, 1, 3. Great. On the low E string, exactly the same thing, 2 octaves lower. It's an E note, an F note, and a G note. Now that's kind of cool. Also here on the A string, E, F, G. Nothing particularly revolutionary. What I like to do to make it a bit chunkier and heavier though is actually play power chords. So I'll play an E5 power chord, an F5 power chord, and a G5. I'll do that with the open low E strings still ringing. And I'm sure you agree it's chunkier and heavier. So we might do a melody like, I might go E, F, G, A, G, F, E. That kind of sound. You can do it on the low E string as well with the power chord. So if you don't know a power chord at all, I'll very quickly tell you, but you should probably learn that from another more basic video before you do this. But if you don't know a power chord at all, let's say you're playing an E note at the 7th fret of the A string, the power chord will be on the next string up, in this case the D, and 2 frets higher. That's a power chord. And then you can do 7, 9 or 7, 9, 9. If you're getting close up on my hand, you can see I've got some oil on my hands. I've been painting some Warhammer. So there's some oil, Nuln oil on my hands. That kind of sound is really cool. And on the low string, a variation of that I like to do, I'll take the E major chord, and instead of doing the full F power chord, I'll just move the E like that, and then even to the G. Now, in music theory, that's not probably much of a chord. But in that context it works. So that's pretty cool. By the way, tabs for this lesson will be on Patreon, and on Patreon I do what's called a deep dive, where I get a bit more advanced and a bit more analytical, assuming that you know your basic stuff. But here on YouTube we keep it nice and light. So let's say we're doing this E5 power chord here. If you've watched my videos before, you know one of my favorite sounds is to bring in this F note. So I'm fretting 7, 9, 9, but then I'm just going to bring in the 8th fret, and it'll be 8, 9, 9. That beautiful, ugly dissonance that we talk about so often here on the channel. So if you're playing power chords, that's one of my favorite sounds. The beauty of playing an E as well is that we can have the open strings ringing. So that 0, 7, 9, 9, open, open. That's a powerful chord. And what you can do with this shape in E is take a scale. The two most obvious ones would be the E Phrygian, which would be like E, F, G, A, which would be 7, 8, 10, 12. 7, 8, 10, 12. Phrygian dominant mode, which should be like E, F, G sharp, A. That's the one I use the most. 7, 8, 11, 12. So if you've got playing a power chord on the A string, starting in the key of E, because you've got the open E strings and B, which is a 5th of E, so we've basically got an open E chord going there anyway. way to play the instrument, and you can contrast it really beautifully with just going back to those single notes. We'll leave it at that for today. If you want more, come onto Patreon. I will tab out most of this lesson. I will also talk a bit about, I want to talk about like the A kind of sound, which I like to use a lot as well, and more. So thank you very much. Leave a comment, let me know how you're going. And now, most importantly, get off the computer and go and practice your guitar. Thank you very much.